How is my investors doing today? And we're going to talk about the lighter side of crypto investing and why I choose SHIB over everything else about talking about SHIB, even though it's getting kind of funny to talk about SHIB right now because of, well, let's have a look at the price. And this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the lighter side of cryptocurrency and how amusing it is to watch right now and take part in everything that's going on around it. So without further ado, we'll cut right into today's topics and get down to business, if you don't mind. Just shrink this down. Bring this over. And we'll get started. Thank you, and we are live, people. And from wherever you are in the world, we want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are. And we'll get right into today's session. Today's session is going to be a kind of a little bit of a joke, right? So we'll get into it. From what I've seen on the YouTube channels, and what you could possibly see from the YouTube channels is a bunch of hype and a bunch of nonsense that's going on. I have to look at it and put it into the BS section of everything that's going on. Like, we had a couple of people on about the predictions of AI. I mean, give me a break. AI is only going to give you the numbers that they have in front of them. They have the numbers in front of them that they don't show anything other than the fact what they want you to see. So, for predictions, do you know that there are so many variables when it comes to SHIB? There's 5,000. So if we sit down and go, okay, there's 5,000 projects that's going to go on Shibarium. Now, some of those are coming out right away. And if we go on Twitter, some of those are coming out right away. So they're coming out beforehand. Like I've talked about it before. We have Blaze, we have SHIB Bling, where you can buy the SHIB apparel. You just email them what you want on the shirts, and they'll put it on the shirts for you at a cost, of course. I'm trying to get a bunch of things, and once I get them, I'll show you on here. But the lighter side of this is we have Blaze. Now, what is Blaze doing? Blaze is burning SHIB at an extraordinary rate. If we look at their numbers, 3.6 billion, guys. 3.6 billion burned today by Blaze. That is phenomenal. The lighter side of that would be that, and this is the lighter side, this is the actual what's going on. So they've burned it, they bought it, they've already burned it. So what does the price do? Oh, no. The reason why it got this run up is because Blaze bought into it. And then the sell-off, and then a buy-in because someone else is burning SHIB. So we go back to the burn portals, you can see within, yesterday there was 200 million burned. That's 200 million that had to be bought before it was burned. So if we go back to the chart, and this is the funny part of this, which is, I think, hilarious in my personal opinion, when you have a buy-in, everybody sells into it. So you buy in, and then you sell off. Buy in, sell off. This is the sell-off period and the buy-in. So when would you start buying SHIB? Just before the run-up, so that you can dump it just as it's going. It makes zero sense. Once those tokens and everything are gone, they're gone. There's no way of getting them back. So you can keep doing this until there's no supply left. And that was awesome, but look at the price, guys. 8.7350. You're going to sell this for 5 zeros, 8.7, 8.6, 8. next is the 6 zeros. Wait, so you're going to do the same thing? You know what's going to happen? The bigger the burn. I don't mind it. I think it's awesome, but I think it's a joke, if you ask me, because you're the one selling it. You guys like selling nothing for nothing, which is awesome, by the way. If you're not doing dollar cost averaging, I think you're missing out big time. But that's just my opinion. When you're talking about anything less than a zero, guys, if there's a disclaimer, I don't need to disclaim anything. You should be very focused on what you want to do. You should treat this like a lottery winning. You put a 12 bucks in it, who gives a crap? You don't put it in, who cares? It's only $12. It's like a lottery ticket at this point. If you're doing $9 US, you can buy 1 million SHIB. You're doing $12 Canadian, you get in 1 million SHIB for 12 bucks. I think it's phenomenal that you can buy in at this price, and salute to those selling. Congratulations, you got in. I'm dollar cost averaging too. Okay, I'm DCAing in. I still can't believe I can DCA in at this price. I think it's phenomenal that everybody's got no problem selling it. I get a load of it because every time you see a whale and they're moving money around, they actually don't actually buy anything. They're not, because once you buy it, you look at the volume, the daily volume charts, you see that there's no volume. 1 trillion, 3 trillion, 4 trillion SHIB being traded, that's nothing at this price. So again, who's buying it? 4 trillion can be wiped out like that. And then another 4 trillion the next day, another 4 trillion the next day. Because people just don't have the mentality to freaking figure it out. Which is, in my opinion, is hilarious. And then they're coming out with this one, the SHIB Army News, SHIB TV is coming out. That explains the research and engagement of the Kick the platform. So SHIB TV. So this should be very interesting. And then the SHIB Eternity, which I heard was revamped. Again, very comical part of the whole situation of SHIB and the Eternity. A lot of people come on and made statements about it saying that how come we don't see burns associated with Eternity? The reason why you don't see burns with Eternity is because they have to make money before they can actually burn anything. Remember what they said, 5% of their profit. They're not in profit, so guess what? There's no burns associated with it. These kind of atmosphere or products take time to resolve themselves. So therefore, you're going to be waiting a long time, 1 to 2 years, possibly more, before you see some sort of mechanism that's going to take part in it. We're still waiting on Wellies to see what Wellies is going to do, but we have other stuff that's happening right now. Toy is taking part, Blaze is taking part. Now, like I said, they're burning it at a rapid pace, but they're not burning trillions. And once they start burning trillions, can we see a price move? Apparently not, guys. When you see billions and trillions being burnt and it means nothing, that means that people aren't paying attention. And if they're not paying attention, they deserve to get whacked. I'm just saying, right? You deserve to miss out. That's what I'm saying. If you're not paying attention to what's going on with your money, then I'm sorry, but you're losing out. Eventually, you're going to see a huge pop in the price and be like, well, what the hell happened? What happened with SHIB? How come it took off? There's no more supply because you sold it so low. Hello? Don't want to be a donkey, but that's the truth of it. And then we go through the SHIB burns, and we're looking at 1,303.6 billion, 26. And then you look at the last couple of days, Blaze alone. Let's look at Blaze. Let's go back to Blaze. Where are you, Blaze? Right, 7.95. They haven't accumulated the 3.6 yet in there. Well, once the 3.6 is in there, that's over 10 billion tokens erased. And 11 billion of Blaze have been turfed, gone. But the thing is with Blaze is it's governance versus non-governance. So if you're looking at SHIB and you'll say, what the hell is the difference between governance and non-governance? Blaze is governance. So if Blaze gets into trouble and they got to print a whole bunch of coins, they can do that. They can mint more coins. SHIB, on the other hand, is finished. Once they run out, and it's like the U.S. government working backwards. So they have 589 trillion coins outstanding. The U.S. has 37 trillion coins outstanding that they've already spent. They've spent that money. and it's accumulating every single day. So in order to offset it, they're printing even more money, which is, hey, do what you got to do. But you keep printing it, eventually someone's going to have to pay the piper. You're probably going to go back into 20 years, and then you have to cap spending on every single department just to sort of get by and tell them, listen, we need to stop spending money immediately on everything. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's going to happen, because if they don't, they're going to default. If they default, they are going to lose out and drive their dollar to nothing. Then they'll have to come up with a new currency that everybody's going to be like, they're going to be single A rated or a single B rated or double B rated, which is same as a third world country at that point. Because that's what the third world countries are known for, is their currency isn't worth anything. There's no validity to their currency. And this is why SHIB is so important, because if your money's in SHIB, you can transfer that money in any currency anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. And now when Shibarium gets out, the layer 2 blockchain is going to be faster for you to transport money back and forth to different currencies. It's going to be your safe haven towards the US dollar collapsing, or any dollar collapsing if it's in a cryptocurrency. It's going to be more valuable than gold at that point, because you can move it in between different currencies. You don't have to move it back to your currency. In fact, they already should have this on a platform where you can do this, so that, hey, I want to get paid in euros. I want to get paid in Deutsche Coin. I want to get paid in any kind of atmosphere that's out there other than the fiat currency that's available to you that could collapse at any moment. And therefore, it would drive the price of all the cryptocurrencies up, because more and more people would be coming on board, because more and more countries are getting more and more trouble. And that's what I was trying to tell you about SHIB in helping out Japan in the US. But the US would have to buy all the coins. Japan would have to buy at least 75% of the coins. And like I said, those countries, it can only help them out once. After that, they're on their own. And because they would depend on us as investors to buy them out, right? No. They buy themselves out of the mess. They increase the value of the coin so it goes over a certain amount, so that they get the fund managers, the departments involved, the banks, the hedge funds, money marketers, because they need those corporations on investment tools to help them get where they need to go. So they want to pay off the deficit, they have to buy out all SHIB. At least 89% of it. Okay, guys, and that's my 2 cents for today. I thank you, and our hat goes off to Shibling. Right? Because they are burning SHIB, and they're burning it very slowly, but you can tell by the bottom of it what they're doing, because they already have it on their website. 4,185,000. It's not a lot, but when you look at their apparel, it's a little expensive for their apparel. So, without further ado, I want to wish you all the very best. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody in the world. Thank you. Jesus loves you. God bless you. And we want to talk to you soon, and hopefully we can do better than ourselves and help out in any way, shape, or form to get us off the ground and cooking. Anyway, without saying too much more, we're going to say goodnight. Look at Koi. Hey, guys, take a good look at Koi. Koi's not doing bad. That's in China, by